Yes, I now invite to address you the merchant of death, the merchant of death to terrorism, the merchant of death to corruption, the merchant of death to nepotism, the merchant of death to official inefficiency, the merchant of death to bureaucratic negligence, the merchant of death to poverty and ignorance, the merchant of death to darkness and despair will now address you.
வணக்கம். வணக்கம் அன்புள் தமிழ் மக்களே. ஏன் இனி பொங்கல் வாழ்த்துக்கள். It's a great pleasure for me to be here on this auspicious day and very, very special evening. I'm thankful to Mr. Cho, who gave me opportunity to meet you and to talk about some issues. I'm a fan of Mr. Cho. I heard his name during emergency. When he stood for democracy, he fought for democracy. And my colleagues were giving me the information on that day, because I was underground at that time. I was also fighting for the democracy. What the information I was getting, he was writing the 2 donkey story during that emergency period. And we were getting, a few of my friends were trying to give me the detail, what is there in it. And the few things which I also translated and sent it to the different countries to boost the moral of the Indian community. So since those days, I've heard his name. And I always admire him. The another thing, this is the unique program he is always organizing, the Readers' Conference. When he invites his readers, he is ready to listen to criticism. Reader can ask him, why you have written so, what are your views on this issue? It requires a courage for a self-criticism. And only true democrat can do this. And I always feel Mr. Cho is a true democrat, In Tamil Nadu, one of my friends used to say, for us, Cho is a Rajguru. If BJP is doing anything wrong, he publicly dared to criticize the BJP. It requires conviction. There are so many friends in BJP. Those are very close to Cho. But this friendship does not come in between his conviction. And so I am here to salute Mr. Cho. Friends, for me this event is the inspiration. Because after one get elected and when he is a third time chief minister, he will think that yes, now everything is okay. Now what I have to do? Let the government will work. I'll enjoy my period. But after hearing Mr. Cho, I think for 5 years again, I can't allow myself to take a rest. Friends, I read in the newspaper that since last 3 years, our Prime Minister has not taken any leave, even for 1 day. This is what I read in the newspaper. Friends, no one will print about me except Tughlaq. But from very first day I took over the charge of the Chief Minister, till today, I have not taken a vacation even for 15 minutes. And I feel when a person is elected, it does not mean that power is handed over to him. For me, it is the responsibility which hand over to me. I am not there in office to enjoy the power. I have to fulfill the aspirations of the people. May not be able to fulfill everything, but I will try my level best. I will try to do in the right direction. Joe was talking about that in this election, there was not a single allegation against me regarding the corruption. But interestingly, some 3 years back, this Congress tried to take chance, and in a huge public meeting in Ahmedabad, and all the Congress leaders were there, and it was 31st October, the Sardar Patel's birthday. The Congress people were celebrating Sardar Patel's birthday. I am talking about 2005. Some 2-hour program was there. They spoke about Sardar Patel and the name occurred Sardar Patel about 20 times. But Modi's name was occurred for 200 times on Sardar Patel's birthday. And in that meeting, there was an allegation against me. In that very important meeting for the Congress was there. And there was an allegation that here is a chief minister. Here is a chief minister, Mr. Modi. He is having 250 clothes of pairs of clothes. 250 pairs of clothes with me. This is only allegation made by them. So like Cho, very next day, I had a chance to go to the public meeting in Ahmedabad. And in public meeting, I started my speech with this allegation. I said, there is allegation against me. Of course, normally, chief ministers are facing the allegations that they have a 250 crore rupees in Swiss bank. His son is doing this, his nephew is doing that, his sister-in-law is doing this. This type of things are coming in the media. And allegations are at that level. But I said that I'm a very poor chief minister. So I'm not lucky enough to have this type of allegations. But of course there is an allegation that I have a 250 pair of clothes. I said to the audience, like Cho, I asked to the people on that very day. I said, I'm here with you. First, I want a judgment from the people. And I publicly asked the people that there is an allegation against me. I have a 250 pair of clothes. I said their arithmetic is very poor, so where to put zero they do not know. But even though there is the allegation that I have a 250 pair of clothes, and publicly, even though I don't have, but I said in publicly, I accept this allegation. Are you ready to pardon me? And it was a surprise for me. The people of Gujarat, they stood by me. And thereafter, no one dared to do an allegation against me. I went public. And in this election also, they could not. But they wanted to for the elections, that's why the speech writers were giving so many dialogues. So they came with the dialogues. Maut ka saudagar. This is my third term in the office. I want to share my experience with you. Normally, we think that we have lost everything. Normally, we think that how this country will come up. There is absolutely defeatist mentality. People think that now the whole gone case. After my experience in the office, with confidence I want to tell you, with the same government machinery, with the same rules and regulation, with the same constitution, if we have an urge to do something, we can achieve the result. Friends, My family background is not known to anyone. So you can understand what type of family background I'm having. I come from a backward rural area where even I had my school education. I was not lucky enough to study even the English language there. But this is the God's desire that I'm here to do some work. If your heart is clear, if you have a clarity in your ideas, if you have a conviction to do, and if you have a courage to face, I'm sure one can achieve. When I took charge in my office, we had a first meeting with our secretaries. I'm a person who visited Chief Minister's office only after became a Chief Minister. Before that, I have never visited Chief Minister's office in my whole career. I saw the assembly after became a Chief Minister. I was not even a sarpanch of the village level. I was not even a taluka member, not even a municipality member, not even a corporation member. Because I was a man of the organizational activity and I had nothing to do with this power politics. Even I never run for the election even in my school age also. For the monitor school or class representative elections. I have never. So it was something special for me. And I had one first meeting with my IS officers, those who are the secretary level. And the educational secretary gave me information. Friends, you know that Gujarat is a very developed state. The perception is there. Of course, the reality is also there, but a few things are there. In our first meeting, my secretary reported me that, sir, as far as education is concerned, and particularly girl-child education is concerned, our number is 20th. 20th number state in the country. Friends, I was elected as a Chief Minister. One can understand that how joyful moment can be that. But it was not for me. When I heard that in girl-child education, we are at the very, very poorest position, on that very day, I took the decision for my own sake. I'll change the situation. And I decided something I'll have to do. Friend, normally in Gujarat, during June month, the temperature is 45 degree temperature is there. Since last 6 years, every month, every year, 13, 14, 15 June, I used to go to the villages, in the remote rural areas, and I select a place where the minimum education is there. Minimum in whole my state, I find out that which place is there where minimum education is there. Normally in Gujarat, 13, 14, 15 June means people used to go to Mount Abu, Kulu Manali, and those who afford can go to Switzerland. But I started to go to the rural area. And at that time we had not Jyoti Gram scheme. when first time I started, there was no Jyoti Gram Sen, not electricity, was not available when I first took the office. Even though I stayed in the rural area for 3 days, then whole cabinet started, then all IAS officers started. My 700% team every year go to the rural area. I am going to each and every family, take their girls to the school, and within 4 years, 100% enrollment is there. There was a 49% dropout. 49% dropout. Within 4 years, it is only 3% dropout. And in 2010, when Gujarat is going to celebrate its 50th year Swarnim Jayanti, my target is to reach a 0 dropout ratio. It's a miracle in our country. It's a miracle in our country. Friends, in our country, Human Development Index, India stands 127th number in the world. 127th number. Can you imagine? When we are talking about the 21st century, the India's century, and this is the reality. And because we are not providing the proper service to the humankind, we are talking about infant mortality rate. Galipati to Rashtrapati, each and everyone is talking about this infant mortality rate. But have you heard about the solution for that? Gujarat gave a solution. I have a scheme called Chiranjeev. In this Chiranjeev scheme, my target is that I want to number up the institutional delivery. I want to save the mothers. I want to save the child. I want to save the pregnant women. I took initiative, and the first time in the history of India, that public-private partnership for healthcare sector. I did a MOU with the doctors, and I gave a proposal to the doctors that if you will treat a below poverty line pregnant woman, and if you will save her life, I will pay you this much. You will be surprised, in our country, there are 6 lakhs villages are there. 6 lakh villages are there. In 6 lakh villages, we do not have a 2,000 gynecologist doctors. Can you imagine, friends? This is the reality of 60 years of independence. In 6 lakhs villages, we don't have a 2,000 gynecologist doctors. And because of this reason, this poor pregnant woman, they lose their life. I tried to find out a solution through this Chiranjeev scheme. And I made a MOU with the doctors. Today, only in Gujarat, because of this my scheme, in Gujarat I have 834 gynecologist doctors with me, those who are serving for the rural people. I paid 200 rupees traveling allowance from a poor family to go to the hospital. A pregnant woman can. I paid 200 rupees per day to a woman who is staying in the hospital for 3 days, 4 days. I paid 200 rupees to his attendants who is there to stay with her. I pay again 200 rupees to go back to his family. And I paid around about 2,000 rupees to the doctor for an institutional delivery. I started this scheme in last year. When I started the scheme, up till now, Some 1,58,000 women got this opportunity to take this benefit of this Chiranjeev scheme. If this scheme was not there, at least 6,000 children, mother have been died. But because of this scheme, only one mother died. And only 60 children. Can you say how many lives the government can save, one scheme can save? When electricity comes, it's a news. The same situation was there in my state. People used to come to me and they were asking me, Modi ji, at least शाम को खाना खाते समय तो बिजली मिले ऐसा करो. This is what they want to telling me. At least dinner time give us electricity. I took the initiative. You can go to, nowadays RTI's rules and regulations are, if you are interested, you can go to my office and ask some questions. You will be surprised. For 6 months, my whole government bureaucratic system, in writing, they opposed my scheme. They said it is not possible. Chief Minister, you don't have experience. When I announced this scheme in the assembly, the opposition leader, who was once a Chief Minister, personally he came to meet me. He said, Modi ji, you are a newcomer, you don't have experience of the administration. It is impossible, you can't do it. It is impossible for you. Who guided you? As your friend, I am telling you, this will be a hurdle for you in your political career. As friendly, he was advising me. When he finished his advice, I said, yes, I know it's very hard to do. But people have selected me just to do the hard work. Friends, now I want to tell you the miracle. Whatever I do in a very term-bound friend. I decided within 1,000 days I want to do this scheme implemented. My whole system was not responding positively. I took the initiative. I went to the cooperative sector. I called some cooperative peoples. I asked them to give me a 10 crore rupees. You see, what is the situation of the Chief Minister in this our system? I requested to the cooperative sector, give us a 10 crore rupees. The cooperative people, they were connected with the BJP, they gave me the 10 crore rupees, and I implemented this scheme in 45 villages in the first round. And the results, it was a miracle. Then the whole system followed what I said. And then, in 1,000 days, when we started this project, now you try to understand how this government machinery can work. In 1,000 days, to achieve this 24-hour, 3-phase uninterrupted power supply, the Jyotigram scheme, country knows about only Nandigram. No one talks about the Jyotigram. This 24-hour, 3-phase uninterrupted power, in 1,000 days, the infrastructure, 23 lakhs electricity poles, newly 23 lakhs electricity pole, 56,000 transformers, and 75,000 kilometer cable. This much material was used in 1,000 days. Can you imagine? This is what a government can do. And this capability is there with our all Indian our brothers and sisters. Joe was talking that in 500 days 700 kilometer pipeline. Now the figure is 700 days 1400 kilometer pipeline. 700 days 1400 kilometer pipeline. And the size of the pipe is Karunanidhi ji with his family can travel into the car in that pipe. Friends, there is no allegation against me. I am happy. But sometimes I am worried about it also. I have a small example I want to give you. We have a border checkpost between Gujarat and Maharashtra near Bilad. If you want to enter Gujarat from Maharashtra, that Bilad checkpost is there. And if you want to go to the Maharashtra, there is a Ochad checkpost 1 kilometer away from Bilad, is there in Maharashtra. There is one national highway there. The vehicles which are passing through the Gujarat checkpost, the same number of vehicles are passing through the Maharashtra checkpost. And the rate of the checkpost entry is one and same. I have introduced technology on my checkposts. In last 4 years, my income is more than Maharashtra, and the difference is 2 Arab, 200 crores, 2 Arab, 39 crore and 69 lakhs rupees. More income the Gujarat is getting, and that is because, and you can understand how much corruption will be there at the Ochad checkpost. Same number of vehicles, same charges are there, but the income is such a difference is there. If you have a will, you can win. Friends, nowadays, people are talking about the secularism. After my election, one English newspaper telephoned me, just wanted to do one good interview. Normally, I keep away from myself because I know it's not my responsibility to run their channels and the newspapers. It is not my responsibility. He telephoned me. Well, he was known to me and he requested me and he asked me some questions. He said that there is an allegation that you have won election on a communal card. I said, there are so many media persons here, they are not noting, but now they have started. You say, this is the tragedy of the country. Because when I was talking to the development, they were not ready to note even. Now do you understand why I love Cho? I gave a reply that my election speeches are available with the Election Commission. My statements are available in the newspapers. If you will find out a single statement that you can brand as a communal, I will declare myself defeated. No one dare to come forward. No one dare to come forward. But even though things are going on, communal. What do you mean by communal? If I speak against the terrorism, is it a communal? And if I have to pay the price for the fighting against terrorism, I am ready to pay the price. I do not know the meaning of the secularism, yet I do not understand. Of course, the dictionary meaning is absolutely different. There was a time when people were talking about the secularism, they were talking about the simply religious harmony. Slowly it changed the color. Then secularism means a lip sympathy to the minorities. Then slowly the color changed. Then secularism means appeasement to the minority. Then the secularism changed the color, focus only on the Muslims vote bank in the name of secularism. Then the secularism changed the color, then hate Hindu means secularism. Slowly change color the secularism. In this type of every 5 years the secularism is changing the meaning. So now I am thinking that I must come with the new meaning of the secularism. For me, development give a strongest foundation to the secularism. Only and only development can give a strongest foundation. When I started the girl child education, when the 49% dropout was there, today only 3% dropout, who are beneficiary? The poorest of the poor are a beneficiary. I am surprised our Prime Minister in the NDC meeting last year, he said it is in writing. And I was there in the meeting, he forgot that I am there. He said that in India's property the first right is of the Muslims. Publicly said. And on the property of India, the first right is of the Muslims. I took objection. I said, how you can say this? At least you can say that the first right on the property of this country is for the poor. Why religion? Why religion? Today they have declared communal budgeting. The new tendency is communal budgeting. How can you don't have any right to talk about the secularism. You don't have any right to talk about the secularism. Friends, I went to Assam. I had one some small function was there. But so many people came to meet me. That function was in the evening. In those delegations, Hindus were there, Muslims were there, Assamese there, non-Assamese there, and all were complaining. Modi ji, today in the evening, you must speak against the Bangladeshi. All were suggesting, Modi ji, you are only a person, you have to speak against the Bangladeshi. When Muslim people came to me and they said, you must speak against the Bangladeshi. I said, what is your interest? They said, there was a time when our children were getting a job. They were earning 100, 200 rupees. But now because of the Bangladeshi, they are working for 20, 30 rupees. So my children are not getting the job. We are facing a financial crisis. So please say something against the Bangladeshi. Friends, on that very day in Guwahati, I said, the Gujarat and Assam, we have a similar situation. Assam neighbor is Bangladesh. My neighbor is Pakistan. But how the government makes the difference? Because of the government in Assam, Assamese are in difficulties because of the Bangladeshis. And here is a different case. Because of me, the whole Pakistan is in trouble. You must have this courage. Friends, when I took the charge in the office, my revenue deficit was 6,700 crore rupees. Revenue deficit was 6,700 crore rupees. Today I am a surplus 1,000 crore rupees. In my whole tenure, no new taxations are there. No new taxations are there. I do not know the situation of the Tamil Nadu Electricity Company. In Gujarat, our Gujarat Electricity Company, our yearly deficit was 2,500 crore rupees. Yearly deficit was 2,500 crore rupees. Without any increase in the power tariff, and there is an improvement in the service like a Jyotigram scheme, we came out of the deficit of the 2,500 crore rupees. Not only that, today we run our electricity company with a 400 crore rupees profit. Where does this money come from? You all know. This is what I have done. Even though people voted for this government, you'll be surprised, there was a press conference of the Congress party and they declared in their manifesto that they will give a color TV if Congress is voted. The next day when I was going to the public meeting, all these media persons, they are coming, you know, in which they are coming. I do not understand what this type of activity they are doing, but they are coming. Modi ji, Modi ji, Modi ji. I said, what happened? Tell me, tell us. This Congress has given this promise of for the color tea. What do you want to say? What you will give the people? You'll be surprised during the election. People are going for a vote. It is on record. On that very day I said, what Congress has said, people will decide. But when you ask me, what I'll give, I said, as soon as I'll be elected, I'll serve a notice to the people, those who are not paying the tax. That was my answer during the election. I'll serve the notice to the people, those who are not paying the tax. And if I want to develop the poor of the poor, I require money and taxpayer must have to pay the money. They are bound to pay this. And what happened in the election? Nowadays, there is a new trend has started. Up to results, they were targeting Modi. Now it is very difficult for them to target Modi. So now you must have read so many articles, so many discussions on the TV. There's something wrong with the people of Gujarat. This is they have started. Something must be wrong with the people of Gujarat. You are lucky that Modi is not here. Otherwise they will blame you also. Otherwise they will blame the people of Tamil Nadu are not good that they are going to listen Mr. Modi. Is this a way? You are blaming the people. The reality is different. They are so matured as far as democracy is concerned. They rejected the color TV. They rejected the color TV. And they accepted a person who said that I'll serve the notice. And this is the strength of the democracy. This is the reality of the democracy. But they are not ready to accept this democratic. Friends, in future, there was a question, someone was comparing what happened to Chandra Babu and what happened to Narendra Modi. And Joe gave a very good answer. Unless and until you don't have a inclusive growth, all-out development, you can't change the face of the state. Friends, the politicians, those who are in the office and those who are functioning in the government, if they are targeting for the next election, you note down, they will never win the election. They will never win the election. And I wish they must be defeated. And I have advised to each and every political party, when you are in the office, don't target for the next election. Just try to win over their heart. Election will be the byproduct. In last my 5 years, I never tried for the election result. Never. I was never thinking about the elections. I was never talking about the elections. But of course, I was very, very conscious. I want to win the heart of the people. And this election result was simply a byproduct. It was simply a byproduct. In future, I have so many things in my mind. Friends, we had an earthquake in 2001. You know, when tsunami was here, what type of trouble you Chennai people have facing. You can understand what type of havoc was there in earthquake. There is a World Bank report is there. After earthquake, even the developed countries took 7 years to come out from that problem. Where in Gujarat, within 3 years we came out. Within 3 years. I request you all to once you visit Kutch, where a severe earthquake was there, you will not find a single symptoms of the earthquake there. And you will find a prosperity there. When I took charge, in Gujarat, our financial system is, our backbone is a cooperative sector. Our urban cooperative banks are there, our rural cooperative banks are there, agriculture cooperative banks are there. And one after one, banks were defaulters. One after one. You can imagine what type of threat was there. The whole of our economical financial system was under threat, and there was a pressure under it. To save the whole financial sector, I take to hard decisions. And in that case, I was very, very secular. Because my party MP was in the jail, my party MLA was in the jail, my party's few board corporation chairmen were there in the jail, and the same way, Congress leader were also in the jail. In that sense, I was a secular. It was a very hard task I had to handle that problem. And today, our cooperative sector is as good as in nationalized, more than the nationalized bank. Within 4 years, we change it. Friends, in Gujarat, people are talking about the IT in Tamil Nadu nowadays. But as far as IT utility is concerned, Gujarat, we have a Gujarat State Wide Area Network, the optical fiber network. We are largest in Asia, #1. We are #1 in Asia. And we are second largest in the world. Can you imagine how we are using the technology? And friends, nowadays one project is going on in my state, the broadband connectivity to the rural area. Within 6-7 months, we will complete this project. When I say the broadband connectivity in my state means the facility which is there in Washington, White House, the same facility will be available in the rural area of my Gujarat. And when America denied the visa, I said, I will create so many Americans in my state, and Americans will come to visit my state. They will ask for the visa. And it will create a revolution in the social structure. This broadband connectivity is such a powerful IT instrument which we are going to implement in the rural area. If there is one best teacher of mathematics here in Chennai, and I want to his services through this broadband connectivity from Chennai only, I can teach in my rural area through the internet and the most modern technology, and the person will stay only in Chennai. This type of facility will be available in the rural area of Gujarat. Even in our country, even in the urban area, this type of facilities are not available. I want Gujarat develop with the technical support. I want to develop Gujarat with a scientific temper. And I know that when we are talking about the 21st century, the India century, this first 10 years, I want to have a strongest foundation in Gujarat, and Gujarat can be a catalytic agent for this whole country to achieve this goal that India's 21st century is India's century. By and large, prosperity is concerned, wealth creation is concerned, is there any role of the government? Give a chance to the people, those who are capable enough to create a wealth. Give them a chance. And the government's role is how to distribute that wealth. And government should enter only that point. And that's why in my Gujarat, my motto is minimum government, maximum governance. The secret of success in Gujarat model, people are talking about the Gujarat, this Gujarat model is, I always think about the public-private partnership. In every occasion, unless and until you don't have a public-private partnership, you can't achieve any goal. Government cannot achieve everything unless and until people are not with you. Friends, to develop our country, I think development must be a movement. Simply you say that growth rate was 2.5%, now growth rate is 3%, the roads were 4%, now roads are 5%. This will not change. It should be the movement. And when I say the movement, I mean that. You see, during 1857 to 1947, so many people were fighting against the British rulers and trying hard for the independence of our country. They laid down their life. They were in the jails. They spoiled their familiar lives. They tried their level best. But individually they were doing. Hundreds and thousands of people have done so. But what was the role of Mahatma Gandhi? Mahatma Gandhi converted this urge of independence into the mass movement. And that was the greatest contribution of Mahatma Gandhi. He converted this whole movement into a mass movement. And he gave a chance to each and every common man. Yes, if you will do this Safai Abhiyan, you will, because of this your work, we will achieve the independence. If you will do the Charkha, because of this act, we will achieve the independence. He converted this independence movement into the mass movement. It is the need of the hour that we'll have to convert our development process into a mass movement. Unless and until 100 crore people of this country come forward for the development, the involvement of the people, country cannot grow, country cannot achieve, and we'll have to do this. Friends, in Andhra Pradesh, farmers are facing a problem, the suicide cases are there. In Maharashtra, the suicide cases are there. We are also a cotton grower state. Andhra is a cotton grower, Maharashtra is a cotton grower. Cotton grower farmers are facing a problem. When I took charge in the Gujarat, our cotton production was 23 lakhs bales. In 2002, it was 23 lakhs bales. This year it is 1 crore 23 lakhs bales. Why this different? Maharashtra is a neighbor of the Gujarat, Andhra is a neighbor to the Maharashtra. Why this difference is there? If good governance is there, if policy-driven state is there, if there is not a malified intention is there, I am sure we can change the whole development process also. And this is what we are trying in Gujarat. Today is the auspicious day. I am lucky that I am here with you, with Joe, and with this family of the Tughlaq magazine. I again request you to come to Gujarat, visit Gujarat, experience Gujarat, and come with some determination that yes, we can change our country. So, Joe, thanks a lot. Thank you very much.